Hey indie game fans! With Thanksgiving coming up in the United States this week, there is a weird lull in gaming releases, but some brave indie developers are putting out stuff nonetheless. So here are the top 5 best new releases of the week. As should be obvious from the video, Nexomon is a monster taming RPG inspired by Pokemon with your traditional one-on-one battles, an overworld to explore, legendary champions to battle, and mythical Nexomons to battle and capture. As with all games in the genre, I always love seeing the different evolutions and creature designs, and with over 300 of them here, this should be a feast for the eyes. Somehow there are 7 unique starter Nexomons, as well as 10 regions to explore, but in terms of overall story, there seems to be a focus on saving the world against a mysterious threat. Some of you may know that it is available on mobile devices, so take of that what you will, but a good game is a good game regardless of platform, and this certainly looks very promising. An anime roguelite action game, the Spear of Abyss looks pretty impressive, sharing visual design with some Asian MMOs, and comes to us from a Chinese developer where the boxes of permadeath and procedural generation are checked. While it does look pretty box standard, it does look fun as well, with 5 character classes, one of which appears to be a pirate, upgradable weapons with the promise that when fully upgraded, their true potential will be unlocked, as well as meta progression in the form of rainbow hearts that carry over from run to run. As a fan of roguelites, this is certainly of interest to me. The adorable Widget Satchel is a crafting-focused Metroidvania-esque action platformer where you play as a mischievous ferret, hoarding scrap and widgets as you escape your playpen and wreak havoc on a remote space station. The more widgets you gather, the more difficult it is to jump, but if you collect enough of these, you're able to craft doohickeys, which unlock things like rocket boots, which is where the Metroidvania elements come in, but it does appear to be structured in distinct levels. Knocking over stuff also garners you mischief points, which is so in line with the vibe of the game so thumbs up for a charming experience. Roa was successfully kickstarted in March this year from developer Grinsoft behind similarly challenging platformers like Wings of V and I Wanna Be the Boshi, and is an Egyptian-themed Metroidvania with some fighting game elements in combat. You guys know that I'm a big fan of the genre, so for sure I'm in for this. I wouldn't say that I'm superbly impressed by the visuals, but there is a charm to the hand-drawn look, not as stylized as something like Hollow Knight, but unique in its own way. The giant boss fights look scary and challenging, while the exploration and traversal abilities look pretty good as per Metroidvania tradition. There are also elements from other genres like shoot 'em ups and runners in this, so it should cover a nice variety. Progression seems to be through equipping magical items, increasing stun duration from attacks, or increasing your movement speed, for example, so I'm certainly curious about the overall structure of the game. Regardless, great pedigree, and could secretly be one of the better games of the month, taking the #1 spot. For more upcoming indie game new releases, check out the previous video or click on the recommended playlist, and I will see you after the jump.